questions bring up the issue of individual property rights and land use restrictions. Sometimes those conflict, and you're often called in your votes on a number of subjects to take one side or the other. So now, for a 2-minute answer, Buddy, which side would you come down on, property rights or land use restrictions?
I've been, for 33 years, I've supported property rights as a realtor, and so I'd say I would definitely be on the side of the landowner. I think that we should never take away the rights of individuals to do what they want with their properties. I think that government has enough regulations. That's what's killing us right now, because to open up a business in Lake County after the comprehensive plan is approved and the Amendment 4, if it did get approved, then it would be very difficult to get a business up and running. It could take 2 to 3 years to get that up and running. So that would kill business, that would kill jobs, that would kill the economy of Lake County. Businesses would not come to Lake County, and I think that if we want to prosper in Lake County, we've got to be able to have a controlled growth in business, bring new businesses in, and also to bring retirees back in, like I said before, to fill up some of these homes and foreclosures. So the straight answer about the comprehensive plan, I wish I'd have seen a little bit more public input. I know they said they had public input into it, but certain people had the public input. But I would like to, being in business for 33 years, I would love to have that input on that comprehensive plan. And also for the Amendment 4, that's a killer, kills jobs. So I would be totally voting against, and I would recommend everybody else to vote against Amendment 4.
Well, the question was, would we, when it comes to regulations versus landowner rights, which side would we come down? And it sounds to me, being that I've served as a land use attorney and a municipal attorney for 19 years, that it's somewhat of an oversimplification of the issue. When you have land development regulations that put a new burden or a restriction on a landowner that didn't exist before, and you're putting it on a landowner that applies to one landowner, but it doesn't apply to another landowner. For example, an overlay district, which is what our county commissioners did to a group of farmers and farmland in South Lake County. They put a restriction on them that nobody else had on their property. Okay, that is, to me, a clear violation of those folks' property rights. It was a devaluation of their property. It was unfair to put that on those property owners, and without any compensation with regard to the value that those farmers lost. So when it comes to putting new regulations in place that affect people disproportionately, then we have to stand up for property rights, even if it's unpopular. And in Lake County, it's somewhat unpopular these days to stand up for property rights, because property rights has been put into this whole category of, and I'm going to be frank, greedy development. So when you say property rights in some circles, it means to those folks, you're talking about greedy developers. Well, property rights is about landowners, farmers, ordinary people who buy their property, they do their research, they believe they know what the rules say because they come over to the county, they check out the rules, and then they proceed to do something with their land only to find out that, well, the county's decided they're going to change the rules. So that's the way I look at it, and I think as a county, we need to start looking at it from the landowner perspective, not lumping everything into this category of developer versus anti-growth people.
Okay, Lake County has always defended property rights, always. We have to, that's the law, believe me. If we did not support property rights, we would be bogged down in lawsuits 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So to even suggest that Lake County is against property rights is ludicrous. We do support property rights. Leslie referred to the farmers in South Lake. We changed nothing on their land. They still may use their land the same way they've always used their land, now and in the future. We did nothing to change it. We protect property rights. Everybody in this county has the right, if they don't like the land use that is placed on their property, they follow the proper channels, they go through those channels and they make a request. We do not change property rights. That is a matter of law, and we don't do it. And I don't understand where this accusation of us taking away property rights comes from. Was this in reference to any comp plan or the Amendment 4, or just property rights? Just property rights, okay. We defend property rights. We take no property rights from anybody, and we never will.
I'll be brief. I don't have very much news to add to it, but I'm on the side of landowners to defend their property rights. I feel that everyone should be able to do what they wish with their property. It's just a matter of letting the property owners feel free to utilize their land as they see fit. That's it.